Welcome everyone. My name is Alpesh and I am going to take you through the form filling guidelines for St. Xavier's College. Now, before we get into the actual form filling guidelines, let's look at what are the different eligibility criteria, what is the structure of the test, what are the things that I need to keep ready before I actually get into the form filling. So, let us first look at what are the courses offered by Xavier's and what are the courses that actually requires this entrance test. So there are two programs which require this entrance test. The first is Bachelor's of Management Studies, which is BMS, and the second is Bachelor's of Arts, or what we call it as BMM, Bachelor's of Mass Media. It is also for journalism. It's one and the same thing. Now, let us look at what is the eligibility criteria. The eligibility criteria to take the St. Xavier's entrance test is you should have cleared your 12th standard examination. The percentage of marks has not been mentioned. The other important criteria is you should be born on or after 1st June 2000. 1st June 2000 or after that. That is where your birth date should be. Also, only the following documents will be accepted as proof of date. It could be your school leaving certificate, your board or pre-university certificate, or birth certificate issued by a competent authority. No other birth certificates or no other certificates where your date of birth is mentioned would be allowed. Another important thing is St. Xavier's College also has Christian minority. So if you belong to Christian minority, there is a mandatory document that you will have to submit when you fill the application form. So let's look at the important dates that we need to keep in mind. The online registration has already started from 19th May and it will continue till 18th of June. Your conduct of online entrance test will be between 24th to 29th of June and they will give us the date. So let's look at the test details. The total number of questions in the given test is going to be 100. You will be given 2 hours to answer this test. Okay, the marking scheme is +1 for every correct answer and there is no negative marking. Also, you can see the various test cities on the screen. So these are the cities where the test will be conducted. So we have Mumbai, Thane, Pune, Delhi, Bangalore, Jaipur, Chennai, Ranchi, Hyderabad, Kolkata and Guwahati. These are the places where the test would be conducted. So let's look at the test pattern if you want to apply for their BMM program, the Bachelor's of Mass Media. So there are the 100 questions are divided into 5 sections. One section is general knowledge and current affairs, which will have 20 questions. The other section is economics and data interpretation, again 20 questions. Verbal, again 20 questions. Critical reasoning and visual reasoning, again 20 questions. Logical reasoning and critical analysis, again 20 questions. So each of the 5 sections will have 20 questions in them and it is very clearly mentioned the questions for this sections will be based on 10th standard syllabus across any boards. So anything that comes after 10th standard would not be a part of the entrance test. So this is the pattern for the BMM entrance test. Let us look at the pattern for the BMS entrance test. Now here there are only 4 sections. Okay, the first is GK, which is 30 questions, your maths including data interpretation 30 questions, logical visual reasoning 25 questions and English language 15 questions. Once again, the data or the content will only be from 10th standard, nothing after that. So what is your selection criteria? After you take the entrance test, the weightage of the test will be 60% and your class 12 result will be given 40% weightage. So based on this, shortlist will be given. So now, what are the things that I need to keep in mind before I start filling the forms? So you should have a valid email ID, as all important communications will come to that email ID. You should have a valid mobile number because all communications will come to that mobile number. Okay, you need a 10th standard mark sheet. You will need a recent passport size photograph. The dimensions of the photograph is given. Also, the photograph has to be in JPG format and the size of the photograph has to be less than 500 KB. Similarly, you will need to make sure that you have a Aadhaar card and that should be in the PDF format, and the size of that PDF should also be less than 200 KB. So these are the things that you need to keep in handy. Email ID, mobile number, 10 standard mark sheet. Most of us would not have still received my 12th mark sheet, so that is not what they are asking for. Passport photograph and Aadhaar card in PDF copy. Okay. So now let us look at the actual form filling. So the link for form filling was given to you earlier. So once I click on the link, this is the page that I come to. Here you will see admissions 2022-23. Click here. Once you click here, you will see entrance test application form. Click on that. Now there are various links given to us. You go to any link, it actually does not matter. So I click on BMS. Once I click on BMS, they will check, do you belong to any foreign passport holder or are you an NRI? So I click on no, and since this is the first time that I am filling the form, I will click on apply. Once I click on apply, this is the page that you will come to. The first thing that are asking us is university application number. You can see there is no asterisk there. Okay, so you can skip that data. So then what are the compulsory field? You need to enter 12th standard, whether you have done arts with maths or without maths. Are you a science student with maths or without maths? So select your stream. Select the program that you are applying for. So say for example, I am just taking an example, I want to apply to BMS program. So I select first year BMS. Common exam test center. So I need to select the center here. So say for example, I select a Mumbai. Fill in your personal details. Fill in your name first, followed by name. It should be as in your 12th standard mark sheet. Fill in your gender. Again, they are asking you for the mother tongue, but that is not compulsory. So choice is completely yours. Select your blood group because that is compulsory. Nationality is already there. Domicile is given. If you want, you can change it. Okay, date of birth, the format is given DDMMYY. The age calculation, they will do it automatically. Place of birth, again not compulsory. Martial status, again not compulsory. Religion, again not compulsory, but the caste is compulsory. So you need to select open if you belong to an open category. And you need to select general against application category. If you have any special category, you need to mention here. If no, ignore. Again, that is not compulsory. Now I need to make sure that I input parents' email ID along with the email ID of the student. They also need mobile number of parents. They also need mobile number of students. So if I fill in the email ID and the mobile number, click on the undertaking, click on save and proceed. Once you click on save and proceed, you will have to input your Aadhaar number here. Once you input your Aadhaar number, also upload the PDF or the Aadhaar copy, and here you need to select the photo. So 3 things to be mentioned on this page: Aadhaar number, your Aadhaar copy and your photo. Once you click on this and once you click on save and proceed, they will ask you to make the payment. The payment here is 3000 rupees. Once you have done the payment, what will happen is they will then ask you for your 12th standard marks. Okay, now most of the students have not yet received your 12th standard marks, so please don't worry. Once you complete the payment process, it is clear that you will be able to take the test. they will open up the form later on to edit and enter your 12th standard marks. So if you have your 12th standard marks, please make sure that you fill in. But if you don't have your 12th standard marks, you can leave it blank as of now. Don't worry. Do not go to that process, because only the requirement here is once you have made the payment, you will be eligible to take the test. With this, we finish the form filling guidelines for St. Xavier's College. If you have any doubts, do get in touch with your center. Thank you.